Hello, this is Summing It Up, and I'm Mrs. St. John, your host. Today we're going to be talking about decimal place value. So what is a decimal? Well, if I have this number, this right there is called a decimal point. Okay, and what that indicates is anything to the right of it equals less than 1. Anything to the left of that decimal point is a whole number, which is more than 1. So much like money, we have $2.75. This 75 cents is less than a dollar, so that means that that is less than 1. Okay, so now let's talk about place value. So place value, well, we know from elementary school that this 2 is in the ones place, okay? This decimal, we always say is and. 2 and 75 cents. 2 ands, okay? This 7 is in the tenths place. So it's no longer tens place, it's tenths place. And this 5 is in the hundredths place, okay? And if we add one more, say we add a 1, that's in the thousandths place, okay? So we have ones and tenths, hundredths, thousandths. And how we say this is 2 and 75 100ths or 2 and 751 thousandths. So you actually use whichever one it lands on, that's what you're going to use at the very end when you're saying, give you a decimal. And I say, hey, what number is in the tenths place? Your response should be to look one behind onto the right of the decimal and say, hey, Mrs. St. John, 4 is in the tenths place. So if I say, what's in the ones place on this number? You should be able to look up here and you know that if it doesn't have a TH at the end, it's got to be on the left-hand side of the decimal. And you're going to say, that's 3. 3 is in the ones place. Now, then I want to say, hey, what about the hundredths place? Hundredths place. And you're going to say, tenths, hundredths. So that's 2 places after to the right of the decimal. So you would look up there and you'd go, hey, that's 5. So if I ask you which place value something is in a decimal, you should be able to tell me what number falls in that place. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. If I say, hey, here's a sentence. It says 3 and 25 hundredths. What are you going to write as your decimal? Well, we start here and we go, 3, and we already know and means the decimal point, okay? 25, we need to make sure that our 5 fell in the hundredths place, which it did. So 3 and 25 hundredths is 3.25. So now you know about decimals and place value. You know how to write when I give you words into the decimal. You know how to do place value. If I give you a number and I tell you, find it in the tenths place, okay? You know how to find those things. So go ahead and watch this video again. Make sure that you understand it, and then I will help you in class.